to our meditation time. I would invite you to settle in whatever way feels good for you in this moment. Just check in with your body as you do. Check in with the distractions around you. And as you gently close your eyes or you cast your eyes down, just make that an exercise in telling yourself, I want to let the distractions go. It's almost like you're audibly saying to the world, just hold on, I'll be back, but these minutes are for me. And so just notice as the eyes close and the breath is gentle and even and balanced, just notice how you feel. Notice what's in your head, what energy you feel running through your body. And then just really allow yourself to settle. If you're seated, really anchor those sit bones down. Roll those shoulders back. If you're lying down, just stretch out in a really good way. And just feel that energy moving up and down the midline of your body. Our focus, as it has been for a bit of time and as it will continue to be, are these Yoga Sutras. Really understanding what these ancient texts have for our contemporary lives and using these teachings not just as a lesson, but as one more way to really inform this present moment awareness of our meditation practice. Just taking in the reflections, taking in the wisdom, and taking in all of these resources that eventually just become our way of being in the world. We start off on this journey just trying to gather as many tools and pieces of information as we can to really understand, and then somewhere, we don't even often realize that it's happened, but we realize it's not just about accumulating knowledge any longer. It really has become just a way of life. And so as we have begun to dive into this Yoga Sutra Chapter 2, it is the practice chapter. Chapter 1, he shared with us all of these wonderful things about the calming practices of yoga. Yoga on the mat, yoga on the cushion, yoga in nature, yoga through the breath. And he kept assuring us that peace and calm and ease are available to all of us. Not just the monks in the caves, but even us in our busy lives. And this practice chapter is telling us some of the things to be aware of as we cultivate these tools to experience that peace and calm and ease. And so Yoga Sutra number 2, chapter number 2, verse number 4, it says, ignorance, or avidya in Sanskrit, is a field for those other 4 kleshas, those other 4 afflictions. And the other day we sat here together and we kind of dove into these 5 poisons or kleshas or these stumbling blocks. And then this idea is now we'll spend a day each time sitting with one. And the first one that Patanjali shared with us was this idea of avidya, ignorance. But as you really dive into his words a little deeper, you realize that it's not ignorance in the sense of not knowing. The way he describes ignorance is it's not being aware. And so what he's saying is that when you don't have self-awareness, that's like this breeding ground for these other poisons, these other afflictions to take root. And so he tells us, start with this one. Cultivate awareness. And then what you'll find is those others don't have nearly as strong of a foothold in your life and in your psyche and in your energy. But you got to work on your awareness. And the good news is there's no better place, no better spot to cultivate awareness than meditation. And so first, let's just be aware of what's around you. Just hear the sounds, feel the sensations in the air. Feel the thing that you're seated on or lying on, and just notice how it physically holds onto your body. Maybe there's a fan blowing or a heater and you can feel the temperature of the air across your skin. Maybe you've got a tired spot in your body like a shoulder or a hip, and maybe you notice that. And so all of that is just awareness. And then you turn your attention to your breath and you watch it come in and you watch it go out. And it comes in and it goes out. And again, we're cultivating awareness. But Patanjali tells us you need to take that awareness and it needs to go internal. And while part of the practice is understanding all the things around us, being aware of how they influence us, how we respond to them, if we really want to nurture this field and grow in our ability to really navigate these kleshas, these poisons, these stumbling blocks, you got to take that awareness internal. It's got to be self-awareness. And so let's just take these next few breaths, and what I would challenge us to each do is watch your thoughts. As you breathe in and you breathe out and I become quiet, see what your thoughts do. Be aware of it. And for some of you, there were no thoughts, and you're aware of that. And others, it felt like a ping pong, just back and forth and back and forth. And you were aware of that. We didn't try to change either scenario. We just wanted to be aware of it. And then let's take that awareness into our heart center. Notice what emotions you're feeling today. Maybe not just in this moment, but what have you felt today? What have you experienced emotionally? Almost like you're peering into your heart and just see. Did you feel happiness and joy or disappointment or anxiousness or nervousness or fear or sorrow? Just check in with your heart and see what emotions are there from today. And again, we're not trying to change them. We're sitting with the awareness of what they are. And then I would encourage each of us, let's look ahead to tomorrow. Yes, our practice is about the present moment. But as we really understand this idea of awareness, sometimes we need to take our thoughts other places. And so think about tomorrow. What do you have at work? What errands do you have to run personally? What correspondences are you going to have to make on the phone and through the email, through the office, through your family? What people are you going to cross paths with? What situations are you going to have to navigate and deal with? What chores are you going to have to do? And as you think about that list for tomorrow, how does it make you feel? Are you able to stay here in this moment and just let that list go? Or is the mind already racing ahead, thinking of the what ifs and the hows and the whys? Is there dread? Is there excitement? Just be aware of it all. And then one more spot that I'd like us to go instead of going into tomorrow. Take your thoughts to a memory, and it might be in the very recent past, or it could be a long, long time ago. But take your thoughts to a memory that was challenging. some situation that you navigated in the past that was tough and hard. Maybe there was suffering or discord or extreme disappointment. Take your thoughts there. And as you reflect on that for just the next couple of breaths, see how you feel. Are you able to be aware of that thing, that situation that happened? Recognize that it exists and come right back here? Or do you kind of stay there? Do you get stuck? Just notice. And so then let's all bring our attention back to this present moment. Let's re-anchor to the breath in. So just a slow breath in. There's that present moment. And a slow breath out. Watch it pass. And a slow breath in. New present moment. And a slow breath out. And it passes. Notice how the breath brings you right back here. Even though we went to the physical sensations in our body, we went to the emotions, we went to the list for tomorrow, we went back in the past. All it takes is a breath in, and you're back to the here and the now. And so I would encourage us, both in this practice tonight and in the coming days, to just be aware of your awareness. Some of you are a little further along and you've been practicing this for a while. And maybe you'll actually practice coming back to the present moment. You'll notice the ping pong that happens in the head, and then you'll take a deep breath in, and here you are. But for others, if this is a new practice, maybe you just need to watch for a little bit. See what the patterns of your thoughts look like. See where you get stuck. And then once you understand that, then you can begin to navigate it with one breath in, regaining that present moment. And so wherever you are on this journey, let's practice it together for just this next moment of quiet. And just be aware of what you're aware of. If you hear a clicking of a clock in the room and you can't seem to let it go, then be aware of that. If you hear movement in the house and it pulls you away from the space where you are, be aware of that. If you went back to that thing in the past that I asked you to think about and you're just stuck, then be aware of that. Or if you're able to maintain the here and the now, be aware of that. It's not about mastery. It's not a competition. It is truly cultivation. Let's be aware of what we're aware of for this next moment and just breathe through it. And as you continue to pause, you continue to watch, you continue to breathe, I want to give you something really tangible to anchor to this Yoga Sutra 2-4. This idea of how do we cultivate awareness, because what we'd like to do is we'd like to get it and hold on to it. But we know that life does not quite work that way, and it's something we have to keep coming back to. And I was thinking the other day, and I was actually sharing with folks this idea that cultivating our awareness is like doing laundry. You know, you put these clothes into the wash, you go through this cycle, they wash, they dry, you fold, you hang up, and then you put this outfit on to wear the next day. You go about your day wearing these clothes, they're laundered, they're fresh, and then you come home and they're dirty again. They go into the hamper, they sit there for a few days, and then all of a sudden it's time to do laundry. And as you're pulling out this laundry and you're putting it in the wash, you realize, I just washed this same outfit a week ago. But you go through the process. You wash it, you dry it, you fold it, you hang it up, and then comes the day when you decide you want to wear it again. And so it goes. This practice is just like that. We think, oh, I've sat with awareness. I've come so far. And then we go about our day, just like when you're wearing these clean clothes, and life happens. And you would never just leave those clothes just in a pile in the closet and then think that you'd pick them up and put them on to wear again. You know that they need to be cleaned. They need to be laundered. There's a process to get them ready. This practice is the same way. And you may feel like you're recycling the same thoughts again and again. You're practicing the same things again and again. But rather than seeing it as this mundane task or this frustration because you feel like you've already been here, see what it is. It's a beautiful process to get ready for living life. Just like it's a beautiful process for laundering your clothes to get them ready for you to wear them. We want to be peaceful, we want to be calm, we want to live with ease. Let's cultivate a practice again and again and again that provides that for us. So the next time you get your laundry out, just think, I would never stop this. It's necessary. I need it so that I have clean clothes to wear. I need this practice of awareness in the same way. It's necessary because I want the peace and the calm that he talked about in chapter 1, and I know that it's available. I just got to keep practicing. Namaste.